Welcome to day 8 of my YouTube video series where I build my own Fallout game-sized mod taking place in Berlin, where I am still in preparing assets. Yes, since over a whole week now. It began with working on road signs that are very different from the American ones. So different, in fact, I faced a tough decision that is still not final. See, all the road sign textures of the game are in one texture file, which saves a lot of disk space for the end user. But this file only contains one single sign that is round and one single sign that is triangular. That makes sense, as apparently most road signs in the USA are square or rectangular, but in Europe most signs are round. Now, of course, we could go ahead and do a new file each time we did a round sign, right? Well, here's a little problem with this. We don't know yet how big the game will become in terms of size, and the smaller we can keep it, the better for the client. So you, in that case, the gamers. But that compromises, of course, details. The most fundamental signs are implemented that are usually round would make 16 textures then instead of 1 by that theory. And then we even worked on the East German sector yet. Because you may have seen in a previous episode where I introduced Cyrillicized German for the East German sector based upon an actual plan of the East German government. So with this in mind, we'll already have twice the textures than normal games most likely, due to the different writing system. That also caused me to design the signs a little differently. I designed most signs for the East sector hence in green instead of blue, to align more with the East and oppose the West more in the logic of the East German government. I am very well aware it wasn't like that. I keep getting those comments about everything I do for the East, but Fallout is a work of a fictitious future vision after all. Why not use it to have some fun? Oh, yes, I forgot. There is no fun in Germany. Would explain some comments I get about it. Anyway, to make it easier for future level designers, I also implemented the signs with the designated material swaps assigned as own static objects and clarifying in the editor ID which sign is for which region of the map between East and West, as we have some people on the team who never been in Germany and will have to work by Google Street View and translation apps under my supervision. Since I cannot spy on everyone like the Stasi though, it of course makes sense to sort these files in the engine already. That way it's clear what to use where without anyone having to look over it 10,000 times again to ensure it's right, and hence save a lot of time. That is one reason why I work on assets and not on things like some people keep suggesting. We need to build the base first before we can even think of implementing weapons, for example. That wouldn't make any sense. After that, it was time to sit down and work on these things. Store shutters. I see them every day when I go out early or late, very often still, so I decided to sit down and reutilize the truck trailer doors. I could imagine the garage doors to be better for that, but for smaller doors, this one does it for now too. Then I was reminded of an asset I wanted to create but totally forgot about until I received a picture during the stream. A pen cup holder. I intricately placed pencils, pens, and scissors into variant containers that work with it well to create new, actual lootable containers. A nice idea for office spaces. To also include the souvenir glasses from Far Harbor and Yucca World, I had to export them briefly for me to be seen properly in the engine. For the user, we won't deliver those materials so that we don't get into legal trouble with Bethesda for delivering assets from DLCs for free. I keep saying we, don't I? It's me. Need to get used to that. Or maybe not. If you join the Fallout Iron Curtain Discord server. Ew, commercials! No, really, please. I need help soon. Because, oh boy, so here's the thing. See, I'm no 3D artist. Yes, I know how to manipulate pre-existing meshes in NifScope and Outfit Studio, but some things would be so much easier in Blender. The implementation can be wonky at times and the file size can suffer, but this certainly is an asset that would have been worth that work. A Porta Potty. Now, why didn't I do that, you may ask? Simply put, I don't know Blender. The experience I need to get things done properly takes a lot of time with a lot of projects, and the first stuff I would create will most likely be horrible anyways. While I don't mind working myself into new programs, I currently don't have the capacity as the only core modder of this project. I already do the writing, social media, public relations, textures, gameplay mechanics, SFX, VFX, arm and outfits, performance, LEDs. Like, I know it's a big task to work on this mod, and I'm sure at some point in the future I will work myself into Blender. But right now, prepping assets, even if they're just placeholders for now, is way more important so that the map can be built. Finding level designers is easier than 3D artists after all. But the latter is highly required as, you see, some technical difficulties are just beyond my knowledge already, even with Outfit Studio and Ifscope. So, join the Discord, thank you! After finding in-game material swaps to save data on textures, as we may replace this improvised outhouse anyways, I had to call it a dive for the stream as I was just too drained from a lack of sleep and an overload of work. I hence finished more assets off stream of a traffic light built from the industrial machine pieces and mailboxes of various kinds from the same that serve now as containers. Oh, and also the toilet paper roll has become its own junk item that drops clothes, of course. Oh, and this panel of doorbells are residential blocks. And most likely more stuff I don't remember anymore even. Overall, despite all the troubles, a successful 17 hours again. If you've been watching for a while, you know that this amount is pretty common for me. If you feel like helping me out in my endeavor, feel free to join this precious list of Ko-fi supporters I thank extra here, but also of course you for watching my videos and pushing them with likes and comments. That was all from my side from today, and always remember, in America you do bureaucracy, but in Germany bureaucracy does you. Let's go to the outtakes. The most fundamental signs I implemented are usually round. No, that are usually round. I cannot read apparently anymore. You may have seen the previous episode where I introduced Kyrillicized German for the East German sector. No, wait, that's not the previous episode, I just realized. Haha, joke on me. That's the problem when you work so much time ahead. I designed most signs for the East sector. Oh god, I struggle. Now, of course, we could go ahead and do a new file each time we need a round... Each time we need a round sign, not a round sign. Road... because of road sign, that's why I'm... Hey, stop recording!